Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Christopher the Ruple. And if you're hearing this, you're probably going, hey, what's going on here? What's going on here? Well, see, we went through a rebrand. The original podcast was called Speaking of Which. And I didn't want to get rid of a certain number of these episodes because I was like, they kind of relate to Drunken Book Club and I wanted to keep them alive. So I wanted to keep these adventure episodes alive with the rebranding. So here it is. Here's the message letting you know what's kind of going on, why I didn't say welcome to Drunken Book Club, or talking about what we drank, yada 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 kind of thing. But here it is. And our new socials for this series are DBC_pod, not the old one. That's our Twitter account, and possibly Instagram coming soon. And we also have our Patreon at patreon.com/drunkenbookclub, where you can pay $1 and tell us what book to read and to have a jovial time with us. All right. Thanks for joining me, and you guys enjoy the episode. Bye-bye.
Friday night is back again. Have some fun, grab some friends.
Hello and welcome to Spooking of Which 2020. I'm your way freaked out guys host, Christopher Shaggy the Ruple, joined with
Velma.
and and
Ah, shoot, there's only Daphne left.
What am I? I'm old man Jenkins.
That'd make you Fred.
Oh, what are you talking about? No. Noelia is Fred and Weiss is Daphne.
that works.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
God.
I can see it.
Actually.
There we go.
I
Yes.
can dig
Okay.
it.
Weiss is always the damsel in distress.
I
Oh
wanna
yeah.
Because
wear
he's
that
constantly
jean
in
one
stress.
piece.
Until I learn Kung Fu.
Oh yeah. He became Sarah Michelle Gellar. Is it Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, okay. So and today
I'm pretty sure.
I was about to say, if you can't tell by our Scooby-Doo themed names, we're actually doing a You Choose Scooby-Doo, the House on Spooky Street, with 12 possible endings.
12.
Yes.
Come on, what
12.
is this?
I hope some
Where's
of them
the
are
R.L.
dead.
Stein 30 endings?
I know, right? I was about to say, 12 endings is fair. I mean, this is pretty thin compared to any other one.
That's a thin book.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have
Did
pictures
you
in it?
It does have
actually
pictures.
just Oh, nice. Quick question. Is that something that you got at a Scholastic book fair?
Actually, it's
looks
not
like it.
Scholastic. It is a Stone Arch Books. I found it on eBay along with a couple Justice League Choose Your Own Adventures and a bunch of other Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Whoa.
It was not in the. I did what's it called? Me and Sam did an unboxing video of Choose Your Own Adventure books. It was not in that set though. Those are filled.
Okay.
Those are filled with some pretty weird books.
And then I found a really cool one at
I thought
Bookman's
you-
the other day.
Speak up, Sam.
I thought you went to a local school and kicked a child in the face, got the paper ordering form, and waited 2 weeks for your Scooby-Doo adventure to come in.
God,
No, he just
I
pretended
miss
to be
those.
someone's dad. He's like, yeah, I'm his dad.
Or you could have been like me and steal. Or you could have been like me and steal all the books.
True.
I only stole one book at the Scholastic Book Fair. It was in middle school, my 8th grade year. I stole a Simpsons comic book, which I still have on my bookshelf.
As you should. I think the only thing I would steal would be like the little knickknacks.
Yeah, that's what I would steal if I were
Oh,
to steal.
those are the easiest to get, honestly.
If I were to steal. Sam, how
see,
dare
that-
you?
I didn't. But...
Sam was a good child. Same thing with Noelia.
See, the thing is also I know I'd get caught because I knew the kids that stole.
Yeah.
But like knowing me, I'd knock over the whole display set and then like knock over like 5 other things before I even picked up one. So that's where I was like, I'm not gonna try. Here's
You know what?
$5.
Fair.
I was the good kid in school, so that's why I got away with it a lot of times.
Yeah. See, the trick was
I was a bad kid.
the trick if you wanted to steal books from Scholastic Book Fair's children who are not listening, hopefully.
Please don't listen. You should not be listening to Speaking of Which in general.
But the trick is you tuck in your shirts, like
Mhm.
how me and Juan, we went to a middle school where we had uniforms. I had to tuck it in.
Yep.
And you wear a sweater over it, so you just drop the book inside your shirt. No one can tell you have an outline.
Correct.
Hmm.
And that's how I got away with the big book of Bart, or whatever one I got.
I remember those book papers that one was talking about though. The
Oh yeah,
little,
I remember those.
like booklets. It's like you pick one.
Mhm.
I still have all the Calvin and Hobbes books I bought. It was like $80 for my birthday. For my
Damn.
birthday money.
He bought in quotation
Oh, no,
marks.
I
He somehow
definitely bought
scammed
those
the
ones.
paper one.
Nah, he scammed it. He scammed it.
Like he put
100%.
it down and then he just never handed over the. He's like, "Oh man, I forgot it. I'll give it to you next week." And then he just kept putting it off until they forgot.
I can't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
what books I got from those. Like, I remember getting book. Oh, the Garfield Pet Force. I have that book. I remember ordering that because I was a fat kid who loved
Force.
Garfield.
I can't remember.
Garfield's great.
I can't remember what I got. I remember I wanted to get like the spy kits and like all the kits they had,
Yeah, the kids.
but my parents were like, "No, that's a waste of money."
I
Do
think
not-
the one thing I got that I bought that I can admit was a waste of money was the what were those little spy tools?
yeah. What Sam was
Like
saying,
in-
like the spy kit things.
Oh, I thought she said spy kids.
That's what I thought
I'm
too.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It's all
it was
good.
like one of those where it had like a spy camera or whatever the fuck. kind of
Yes.
shit. I was like, I want it. My
Yeah,
mom's like,
I
I'm not
remember
wasting
that.
money on that.
So-
My mom's like,
Aw.
no.
Then we
Like-
somehow got him. we,
It's like one of those things. It's like the commercial shows like you can spy on your sister, and like the commercial is like the sister and a boyfriend. It's like Johnny, what are you doing? Just like
yeah,
no,
pretty
the
much.
one that
silly.
you're thinking of, Weiss, is the one where they have the recorder, and then
yeah,
it goes.
That's what it is.
What's it called?
Wasn't that a
Kids, we're
diary?
home early.
It even has speed control.
Hi, kids. We're home early.
Hi, kids. We're home early.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
that one.
I'll have to put the clip in right here because I absolutely love that clip.
Okay, I have a
That's
question.
hilarious.
Future Chris, are you gonna put in the simple plan?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I'm definitely putting either. Okay, here's the real question: should I put it before? Okay, should I put it as the theme song or as the ending song?
Why not both?
Because I don't want that much simple plan.
Oh,
Half in the
Fair.
beginning, half at the end.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, all right, you really want to hear
It
this?
stops
song?
at the na 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 part, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, what the hell? I love that part.
And then at the end you get it.
Yeah, at the end you get the na 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 na, and it rolls credits.
Right.
That's like a middle intermission.
And Ooh,
there you go.
I don't know. If I had to choose, if my vote was there, I would say beginning,
All right. I'd say, wait, why not
just
put?
as like a flavor.
Like we said, we are doing a Scooby-Doo book. Let's drop the song right now because we're starting the episode kind of right now and jump right into the
Oh
book.
yeah.
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 All right, future Chris, take it away.
Scooby-Doo, we're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. The trail leads back to you. What's the Scooby-Doo? Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. What's the Scooby-Doo?
All right, so I have Sam here with me, so she can do the girl voices, so I don't have to strain myself to do Velma and Daphne. But I'm going to do my best to do everyone else.
Nice.
I believe in you.
If we were in person
You got
and
this.
everyone was there, then we could like hand it to each other.
Right? Oh, God, it would be perfect.
That would be great.
Chris,
But
you just hold it up to the fucking camera. It's like, can you read this? It's like we're reading
Right.
backwards.
Here you go. Ah, it's
Read
not
back.
backwards. What's it called?
Sam,
I
for
don't have my
Daphne-
nerd.
For
Go ahead.
Daphne, you have to do like the really bad guy pretending to be a girl falsetto voice.
okay, I'll try.
Oh no! I immediately regret everything.
Alrighty, so here's the
Wow,
little
Fred,
intro
you got
part.
a nice fat what?
What?
Ascot?
Ascot.
Ascot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, the gang is stranded in front of a creepy house in New Orleans. Only you can help Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. Mystery Inc. gang discover who's behind the haunting. Follow the directions at the bottom of each page. The choices you make will change the outcome of the story. You in capital letters. It's
I believe
very
it.
stern.
Mhm.
After you've finished one path, go back and read the others for more Scooby-Doo adventures.
God damn it.
Oh,
You choose the path to
No,
solve
you-
the mystery of the house on Spooky Street.
Dun, 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 dun. Wait, wrong one.
Wait, wrong one.
No, it's a da 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 doom doom. I've been watching a
much.
lot of Scooby-Doo because I got Boomerang, and we were planning on doing a Scooby-Doo Ruples Rupees, but then I'm like, there is so much, my brain is exploding right now.
And we saw a lot of the shit. We saw some really good ones, but we also saw a lot of shit.
I mean, I'd already
Yeah,
watch Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo would be
Pretty
great.
sure. I'm pretty sure Verve has a lot of Boomerang stuff that.
But anyways, we're
Yeah,
we're here for the mystery gang.
right?
I mean, bro.
Are we there yet? Shaggy asked for the 10th time from the back of the mystery machine.
Not yet.
Velma laughs as she answers for the 10th time. The Mystery Incorporated gang drives along the historic streets of New Orleans. They are on a mission to find their favorite celebrity chef's famous food joints. Sorry, I don't know why that made me laugh. After a day of sightseeing, Shaggy and Scooby are looking forward to gumbo, grits, and everything barbecue. Fred drives the Mystery Machine down a street lined with old mansions and huge trees. Long ribbons of Spanish moss hang from the branches like gray rags. That's the second time today I've read something that has Spanish moss in it, because I was reading Blade earlier.
Ah.
I think I took a wrong turn, Fred says as he looks around at the neighborhood. There isn't a restaurant in sight. That's weird. I followed the directions the restaurant gave me on the phone. Shaggy moans. Now we'll never get to eat at Chef Emeril's Ragin' Cajun Barbecue Palace.
No relation to Chef Emerald.
I know, right? It's definitely supposed to be Emerald.
Bam, 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 bam.
No relation.
Scooby whimpers sadly at missing out on the feast he and Shaggy had imagined. Don't worry, guys. I'll just turn around and... Fred starts to say. Suddenly, the Mystery Machine begins to sputter and slow. The van comes to a stop on the side of the residential street. Fred turns the key, but nothing happens. The vehicle is dead.
Don't tell me we ran out of gas.
Daphne says. Okay, I won't, because we didn't. Fred replies and points to the gas gauge on the van's dashboard. But if the car isn't on, is the dashboard still... Yeah, it would automatically go down. Yeah.
The car is haunted!
This book has flaws.
This is the first sign.
It's made for children. They don't understand cars.
True.
The arrow points to a half-full tank.
Maybe there's something wrong with the engine.
Velma suggests. I'll go check on the hood. Oh, sorry. I'll go check under the hood.
Check on the hood.
Yeah,
That's
go
it.
check on the hood.
I'll go check in the hood.
Fred just ah!
Fred says and climbs out of the van. Like I don't want to be stuck here. It's creepy looking. Shaggy shivers as he gazes at the shadowy mansions.
These homes are classic examples of antebellum architecture.
Velma explains.
I read all about them before we came to New Orleans.
Suddenly, they hear a loud bang, and the van bounces. Like zoinks! Shaggy squawks as his hair stands on end. He and Scooby hug each other in terror, kissing softly. Okay, I added that.
Raggy.
Book?
Oh, Raggy, I like
so
it in your
Scooby.
Beardfield.
You're so kind.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Ringer in my run.
Guys, let's not fuel the fan fiction.
It's too late.
Relax, guys.
Everyone
That was
It's too
Fred
late.
closing the hood.
Daphne assures her friends, her fearful friends.
For fearful, horny friends.
I can't find anything wrong with the engine, but the Mystery Machine is dead, Fred declares. I guess we'll have to call for a tow truck. Fred pulls out his cell phone, but is as dead as the Mystery Machine. Geez, why'd you gotta play Snake all day, Fred?
No, what he was doing is he was making music off of it by doing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just. And then he almost styled China, and then he panicked.
Daphne and Velma tried their phones, but their devices don't work either.
All our phones are dead.
Shaggy just doesn't have one.
I have a
course.
question.
Yes.
Is this set in modern times?
I'm assuming
Guess so.
so. It was written in 2015, so I'm assuming yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Dang.
no Siri?
I was gonna say, why didn't they just like GPS the map, whatever?
Oh, maybe that's why their phones are dead.
Yeah. All our
so
phones are
weird.
dead. That's just weird.
Daphne declares. Do you have to use the word dead in this spooky place? Shaggy asks. We're going to have to find a landline, Fred decides. He starts walking toward the nearest mansion. Oh shit, no one has a landline. We're screwed.
And they are murdered. The end.
Wait for us, says the rest of the gang. They pile out of the van. Fred leads the way up to the house. The trees loom over the walkway, and drapes of moss hang like tattered curtains. The air is as still and unmoving as a dead man's chest. That's... okay. Fred knocks on the antique wooden door. A tall, thin man opens it and stands as silent as a statue. His frown looks like it's carved in stone. Oh shit, it's the Addams family!
Yeah.
Sweet!
Yeah, I was about to say, it's fucking Lurch.
Oh,
It's
No
Lurch.
way.
oh
No, it's not.
No, he wouldn't be that. He's not that thin. He's kind of broad. Like he's fit, but he's
Yeah.
like,
Is.
Yeah, so
he's not-
I guess
he's
it
a
wouldn't
But
be.
he's
big
also
guy.
he's also thin too.
but he's
He's
also
like a
like,
thin broad.
but he's like the side of a door. Like he's not thick like this, but he's not like.
We're talking about the thickness
Yeah,
of
he's
Lurch on
skinny
this
thick.
episode of Speaking of Which.
Scooby-Doo edition.
Our van broke. Sorry, can't get over thick Lurch.
TV theory is Lurch thick.
Our van broke down and our cell phones are dead. May we use your landline? Fred gulps, intimidated by the imposing figure. The man gestures for the kids to enter. As soon as the gang steps over the threshold, the door shuts behind them with a haunting boom. They enter a foyer filled with oil paintings. The stern faces of the mansion's past owners stare down at the kids. Shaggy and Scooby shiver under their fierce gaze. That's weird. He just disappeared, Fred says, as he looks around for the man who let them into the house.
I guess we have to find a phone by ourselves.
Daphne concludes. Let's split up. As the gang heads off in different directions, no one notices that a pair of eyes watches them from one of the portraits. So here's the first choice, okay, guys? To follow Shaggy and Scooby, turn to page 12.
Alright.
Split up.
To follow Fred and Velma, turn to page 14. And to follow Daphne, turn to page 16.
Ooh.
This is a hard decision right here.
I just want to see.
I want to see Shaggy and Scooby personally.
Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby are great, but also Daphne's going alone? Like, what?
She's gonna get
what's
She's gonna get
happening
kidnapped.
here?
Yeah.
She's gonna get kidnapped. We all know
I'm
that.
so shocked it wasn't
And then-
Fred and Daphne. What if the
Right?
choice was
Same.
What if the choice was Velma by herself, Fred, Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby? Would it still be the same for you guys?
No, I'd choose Velma instantly because
Yeah,
Velma's
see?
gonna find some shit.
Exactly.
True.
Actually
If we
smart.
like, my thing
Yeah.
is like, there's just gonna be like awkward sexual tension between Fred and Velma.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move to the awkward sexual tension between Shaggy and Scooby.
Like,
Here we go.
Scoop, stop poking me there.
Oh,
Ringer in
what
your
have I done?
What have you done?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Alrighty,
You're right,
we're
Raggy.
going with Shaggy and Scooby on page 12.
Oh goodness.
Do the ringer in the rut.
See, I'm just
Yeah,
happy
your
because
voice
I don't
is
have to
very
do my
fitting for
bad
Velma,
Fred
by the way.
impression.
Good job.
I was about to say, now
no,
Sam
you're
doesn't
fine.
have to do anything, and now I don't have to do my terrible Fred, because I can't do Fred, because it's literally just Frank Welker's voice. Alrighty.
True.
Scoops! Damn it.
Skooks.
Scoops and I will look for a phone in the kitchen, Shaggy announces as the gang splits up. The two pals trot off down one of the hallways leading from the foyer. I hope we find a snack. I'm hungry, Shaggy says. Ree-roo, Scooby agrees with a sigh. We're going to miss out on Chef Amaril's shrimp gumbo and his shrimp stew, shrimp soup, shrimp kebabs, fried shrimp, shrimp and grits.
What is this, Forrest Gump?
Anyway, like I was saying, shrimp is the fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's literally quoting
Yeah,
Forrest
thank
Gump.
you.
Shaggy recites.
Shrimp sandwich.
That's about all you can make with shrimp. The pair continues to dream about the celebrity chef's delicious dishes until they finally find the mansion's kitchen. Suddenly, their conversation stops dead. Their jaws drop open, and their eyes expand as wide as pie plates. Do you see what I see, Scoob? Shaggy gulps in disbelief. Ruh, Scooby replies. Shaggy and Scooby stand in the doorway to the mansion's modern kitchen. Shiny pots and pans gleam with stars in the sky. The side-by-side double refrigerator are as large as the Mystery Machine. This isn't a kitchen, it's heaven, Shaggy proclaims. The pals forget all about finding a phone. They head straight for the fridge. The doors open to reveal enough food to feed a southern army. I don't know why I like that.
That feels weird to
A
say.
southern army.
Southern Army.
Why
Yeah.
Southern?
They're in Louisiana, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they are. It's said in the intro.
Oh,
But still, it's one of those like,
gotcha. It's fitting.
are they gonna find some hoods that they shouldn't have
Why?
found and some burnt crosses?
Like Zoink Scoob! This is worse than Ghost. It's racist. Like maybe I'm not going to miss going to Chef Emerald's place after all. Shaggy says and reaches for a barbecued turkey leg in the fridge. Just gonna say that.
In the fridge.
Just not just that, but in a stranger's fridge,
Mm-hmm.
And it's cold?
in a creepy mansion. Like,
I'm honestly, it'd be less
why?
creepy if it wasn't cold, because that means the fridge wasn't working.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh.
It's valid.
Y'all just hold up there, boys. A strict voice commands. What y'all doing in my
Southern
kitchen?
Army. General.
Shaggy.
Our first.
It's our first real mystery, Southern Army. Shaggy and Scooby freeze in mid-grab. When they turn to face the owner of the voice, they gasp in surprise. A figure dressed all in white stands before them. It's a roast! Scooby yelps. So,
Sorry.
here's your decisions, guys. If Shaggy and Scooby
It's
run
a
away, turn to page 18. If they stand frozen in fear, turn to page 25.
They run.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a Scooby-Doo thing. They do the cue the multiple legs like moving thing and just
And the bongos.
yeah,
Yeah.
the bongos.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, the
boom.
bongos.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I'm going
All right.
bongo.
so we're running away to page 18.
I mean, that's what they do.
All right, fair enough.
Cue bongo
For
noise
what
right
it's
here.
worth, we've had a lot more choices than we normally would in any other book.
Yeah, in
It keeps-
Goosebumps,
yeah.
in Goosebumps, we'd still be in chapter 1.
Yep. I was about to say, because after these 2 pages, it's another decision. So this is just rolling like Limp Bizkit right now.
Ooh, wow.
Haha, Scoobs! That's not a ghost, that's a chef! Shaggy assures the horrified hound. They always dress in white. But Shaggy has a change of opinion when the figure rises into the air and screeches. Of course, I could be wrong about that.
No, it's still a chef.
Shaggy
Chefs are also known
admits.
to have meth addictions.
Run! Every limb spins on the terrified twosome. Their arms and legs churn like boat propellers. That is the best way of explaining how they run. Like, that was beautiful poetry right there. Like, why isn't the scenery changing? Shaggy wonders. It's because you're in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
The budget is $5.
He and Scooby seem to be going nowhere despite their speed. Ritz got us! Oh, that was a terrible Scooby. Scooby gulps. The ghost has both of them by their collars. We're groomed! Zoinks! Put it into overdrive, Scoob! Shaggy shouts. The pals rev up the revolutions on their fast and furious feet. They zoom around the kitchen, dragging the startled specter with them. Bonk, bing, bang! They run into pots and pans hanging from the ceiling rack. At last, the scary spook, ooh, I don't like that one, loses its grip on Shaggy and Scooby. It lands on the kitchen floor with a stock pot over its head. The impact makes the cooking vessel ring like Big Ben. Shaggy, Shaggy and Scooby never notice.
Shuggy?
They are so terrified that they keep running.
It's their
It's their doppelgangers.
it's their ship name.
Oh, God.
Or both.
Right? They stop only when they face a wall of food. Screech! Their heels skid to a halt. Am I dreaming, Scoobs? Shaggy whispers in awe at what he sees. If Roo are right, am Roo, Scooby slobbers. The pals swivel their heads to gaze at shelves crammed with jams of homemade jams and jellies. Stalks of baked pies stretch to the ceiling. A rack filled with the cooling pastries takes up another wall of the room. Like we're in pie paradise, Shaggy sighs. Not for wrong, Scooby yelps. He points his paw at something behind his pal. The chef swoops straight at them. All right, so here's your choices, guys. If Shaggy and Scooby escape the ghost, turn to page 32. If Shaggy and Scooby get caught, turn to page 48.
Oh, that's what kid is going to pick capture, but I kind of want to.
Right? I'm almost curious about
Yeah.
that myself.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
I feel like they
I
get
wanna
captured.
I want to see them get caught.
All right, I'm just make a note for myself. If it's like game over instantly. Okay, so we're getting captured.
Oh,
They
wow.
get turned into gumbo.
Shrimp gumbo.
We haven't gotten a picture yet, I realize. Sorry, that's because this does have pictures in it. All right, so the spirit looms in the pantry door with a menacing scowl on its pale face. It shakes a ghostly rolling pin at Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. Zoinks! We're cornered! Shaggy yells. The room has no windows. There's no escape. We're roomed! Scooby whimpers. The ghost cackles an eerie chuckle and slides across a small room toward the two pals. Suddenly, Shaggy holds up his hand in a gesture for the spook to stop. The horrifying phantom halts. Like, don't we get a last meal? Shaggy asks. The ghost scratches its head and shrugs. Shaggy takes that as a yes and grabs a pile of pies. He chops down on one and grins with his mouth full of blueberries. Delicious!
Oh my god.
This is the best pie I've ever had! Shaggy exclaims. Oh, really? The ghost asks, smiling. I made it myself. I decided to make it more Cajun. You bet! Here, you should have some, Shaggy says and pushes a whole pie in the ghoul's face. That is how you get captured. I'm just saying. That's great right there.
See, all I can think of is it's not like a slow, it's like a slow just as slowly as possible.
The specter staggers away from the two pals. It bumps into a stack of flour sacks and falls. The bags break open and cover the ghost with white flour from its horrible head to its terrible toes. Like, run! Shaggy shouts to Scooby. I always add a like for some reason. It's just how I feel with Shaggy. You have to include a couple likes in there.
Yeah.
The frightened friends run over the spook and out of the pantry. They look around the kitchen for a place to hide. Scooby jumps into a huge empty soup pot. There's no room for Shaggy, so he disguises himself as a string mop. He plops a bowl of cooked spaghetti on his head and stands as stiff as a rod. Shaggy peers out from the spaghetti noodles and watches the ghost burst out of the pantry. The ghoul looks around for Scooby and Shaggy, but it doesn't see them anywhere. Shaggy almost heaves a sigh of relief, but then he realizes that the ghost isn't leaving the kitchen. Instead, the spook starts cooking. Turn the page. Oh look, we got a picture. I guess I need to look at that. This is what they look like. This is the picture. Who wants to describe it for our audience?
Maybe you guys. It's kind of hard to see.
So Scooby and Shaggy are running away from the ghost. Shaggy has spaghetti in his hair.
With marinara sauce.
With marinara.
It's got marinara sauce, so he puts like actual spaghetti and marinara on his head, not just spaghetti.
Yeah, Scooby has a
He
colander
committed to the bit.
on his head. I'm guessing that's flour or dough. I don't know.
It's supposed to this mysterious white stuff on the ghoul's face.
Well, it's also covering Scooby and Shaggy. And then there's like a pie.
Oh, it's the pie filling. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, it's the pie filling.
And all right, so Shaggy tries not to gulp too loudly as he sees the specter chop vegetables and dump them in the pot where Scooby is hiding. Next, it tosses in some herbs, Cajun spices, and pieces of chicken and sausage. Shaggy realizes that Scooby is about to become the secret ingredient for special Southern gumbo. Like, no! Scooby-Doo, I'll save you! Shaggy shouts and abandons his disguise. The ghost is startled by Shaggy's sudden appearance. So is Scooby. He pokes his head up out of the pot, snacking on some okra and shrimp. Rasty, Scooby declares. Run, Scoob, or you're gonna be what's for dinner, Shaggy warns his pal. As soon as Scooby-Doo realizes where he is, he leaps straight up and out of the pot. He collides with the pot rack above his head. Clang bang! Suddenly, Scooby is wearing the cookware. Turn to page 58. Oh, jeez.
Like,
all right, this picture's pretty great. It's literally Scooby in a pot of gumbo, being like, "What up, guys? I'm Gumbo.
I'm delicious."
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo leaps out of the cook pot and comes down holding a fry pan in one paw to face the fearsome phantom of the kitchen. Scooby's tangle with the pot rack leaves him covered in accidental skillet armor. Suddenly inspired, Scooby strikes a martial arts pose. Like you're a samurai, Scooby-Doo!
God, they're high.
Shaggy
what?
says.
They're high as fuck.
They're just high. He straps on a baking sheet and some pie plates. It's time for a little kung pao action. The ghost chef gasps at the sight of Shaggy and Scooby garbed in shiny stainless steel because he just washed that shit, and it's a pain in the ass to wash that stuff. I'm just going to say it. They look like knights in gleaming armor. Then the ghoul's face turns into a gruesome grimace. Now it's time for Shaggy and Scooby to strike a new pose, frozen in fear. Zoinks! We're doomed! Cries Shaggy. Suddenly, Scooby dives back into the gumbo stew pot. He swims a few laps around the edge and then sits inside the vessel as if it's a hot tub. Scooby's just given up. He's committing suicide.
Oh god, is that one lion king?
Dude, how do you go from like samurai to kung fu to kung pao to knights? Just
I mean,
to being
it's
dead.
Scooby-Doo.
And they're high as shit.
it went from I don't know. It went from Japanese to Chinese to freaking English
To hairy knees to look at these.
to look at these.
Yeah,
All right.
come on.
Rummy, Scooby says and gulps down a ladle full of gumbo. Like, no, you've ruined my recipe, the ghosts protest. It tastes good to me, Shaggy says as he slurps a bowl full of Scooby-flavored soup. Oh, that dog is filthy and you know it.
Ugh.
I'm just going to say it.
Oh,
They live in a van.
favorite
That dog is
soup.
filthy. What do you know,
They live in a
Yankees?
van.
What do you Yankees know of Cajun cuisine? The spices, the sausage, the... Uh-oh. The ghost stumbles to a halt. You figured out who I am. You're no ghost, Shaggy proclaims. You're a real-life chef. And a good one, too, Scooby agrees. Really? The Spectre sighs. He takes off his spooky mask to reveal a human face. You're the first ones to say that. The rest of my family doesn't think I have any talent. Suddenly, the rest of Mystery Inc. bursts into the kitchen. We heard all the noise and came to investigate, Fred says. What's going on? Scooby and Shaggy take the fake ghost disguise from the chef and secretly plop it into the pot of simmering gumbo as fast as they can. Like, we were just sampling a specialty of Chef. What did you say your name was? Shaggy as he turns toward the fake phantom.
Who are you talking to?
Velma asks.
There's no one in the kitchen except you and Scooby.
Ruh-roh, Scooby gulps. It was real, and it was the most delicious adventure ever, Shaggy says as he slurps down the whole pot of soup. Scooby-Dooby stew! Scooby howls. The end. That was not a mystery.
No.
That was just a sesh gone wrong.
Mm-hmm. Like, I call shenanigans on that one.
It's just funny the ghost got some storyline. Oh, my family never liked my cookies.
They never liked my cookie. How could they do this to me? I ruined. So it says you can turn to page 11 for a different path. I don't know about you guys. I'd be okay with trying another path because it was so short.
Yeah, I'm down to try another path.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I kind of want to try Daphne's next.
All right, Daphne.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So page 16. Sam, you get to star.
Yeah.
All right, so to follow Daphne's, turn to page 16. So if anyone's listening, reverse, flip it, rip. Oh, God, what's that, Larry? I forgot it already.
Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Thank you. And go back to the beginning, then skip back forward to this.
Or don't. It's fine.
Just
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, just don't. The members of Mystery Inc. head off in different directions to look for a phone. Shaggy and Scooby gallop away in search of the kitchen. Fred and Velma pair up and leave Daphne standing by herself.
Guess I'm on my own.
Daphne shrugs. Daphne begins to walk down a long hallway. The walls are packed with family portraits. Some of the paintings look very old. Other portraits are newer. All of the frames have nameplates to identify the person in the picture.
Violet Lafleur, Daisy Lafleur, Rose Lafleur.
Daphne reads aloud as she strolls.
Wow, the Lafleur family sure liked flower names.
One portrait in particular attracts Daphne's attention. It's a painting of a very handsome man in a Civil War uniform. Daphne looks at the nameplate.
Michael Labar. Well, I do declare you're a handsome devil.
Daphne giggles and fans herself with her hand like a southern belle. So she's just Blanche. Got it.
God, I wish I was dead.
Oh my god.
My mom, I was about to say,
Blanche.
what's it called? Me and my mom were watching Golden Girls this week. And then what's it called? And like, she's like, oh, you love Sophia, don't you, Chris? And I'm like, how'd you know?
Because you're that salty old bitch.
Yeah. So as Daphne turns away from the portrait and continues down the hall, she doesn't notice the glint in the eyes of the painting of the painted image.
Hello? Is anybody in here?
Daphne asks as she knocks on one of the doors lining the hallway. She opens the door and peeks inside. There is no phone, but the room is the perfect picture of Civil War decor. Oh no! Daphne goes farther down the hall and opens another door and sees a room filled to the brim with anti-taking down statues. legislature. No. The room on the other side is... No.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
The
Topical.
South shall rise
That would be
again.
fun.
The South shall rise again.
The room on the other side is decorated with Art Deco furniture from the 1920s, but still, there is no sign of a telephone.
Maybe the next room will be more modern and have a landline I can use to call a tow truck.
Daphne hopes as she reaches out to turn the doorknob on the third door. Suddenly, Daphne hears a strange sound. She isn't sure if it's coming from down the hall or inside the room. Would you like to share that with the class?
Because we can kind of hear it, by the way.
Oh,
up.
yeah. Back when you said, oh, it's the picture of modernity or whatever, I was like, yeah, wow. Such a modern home with a landline. But I couldn't find the right place to interject.
It's all good.
It's all good.
She isn't sure what the sound is at all. So if Daphne goes down the hall to investigate, turn to page 23. If she goes inside the room, turn to page 29.
I mean, isn't Daphne like always just trying to get into trouble regardless? So she would go check it out.
I agree.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna investigate the hall, or go inside the room?
In the hall.
In the hall.
right.
Thank you.
So page 23.
We will break down the establishment.
All I can think of is
In
this.
the hall.
I'm sorry, this picture just made me laugh of just Fred looking at Velma through peepholes. It just seems perverted.
No.
No, never. I feel like it'd be fine.
Ooh, I know I should just keep looking for a phone and ignore that strange sound, but I want to know what it is.
Daphne says, unable to contain her curiosity.
When you fail your wisdom check.
She turns away from the door and starts to walk down the hall. The farther down the hallway she walks, the louder the sound becomes. At last, Daphne recognizes it as the chime of a crystal drinking glasses clinking together. Then she hears people laughing.
Someone's having a party.
Yep, Daphne realizes excited. She hurries forward.
Oh god.
Daphne comes to a pair of tall double doors. The doors are closed, but Daphne can clearly hear the sounds of people having a good time. She
It's
decides
an Eyes Wide Shut party.
Ooh.
a Venetian mask party.
It's
even.
Fred and Velma.
Oh no!
God.
Daphne opens one of the doors, just a crack, and puts her eye to the small opening. What she sees makes her gasp. Turn the page.
Fred and Velma fucking.
Nope, it doesn't say that.
Damn.
Damn it, no picture either.
That's a very Goosebumps thing. Just like what she sees. Yeah.
Right. It makes you
It's
wait
a
to the end of
dog.
the page.
You'll never
It goes
guess.
pork.
It's a dog.
Daphne gazes in awe at a beautiful ballroom. Ladies and gentlemen dressed in antique attire dance around the room to a waltz. Oh shit, it's The Shining! Dazzled, Daphne opens the door and goes into the room. She stands and watches the dancers, admiring the dresses and jewelry. The 3-count rhythm of the waltz is almost hypnotic. A man dressed as a Confederate army officer walks up to her. No, Daphne, no! But Daphne doesn't notice him until he is right in front of her. Welcome to...
Oh no, it's too late.
Welcome. My name is Michael LeBar, and I don't have the same voice as the previous guy.
What previous guy?
The man says with a bow. He takes Daphne's hand and kisses it. Please join us as the South shall rise again. The moment Michael touches her hand, Daphne is transformed. Suddenly, she wears a silk gown and diamonds. Oh wait, it's not Michael. It's Michelle.
I don't know.
I don't. I'm going to call him Michael.
I started
The guy
calling him
from
Michael,
the
he's Michael now.
portrait?
Yeah.
Or a different one? Oh, okay.
I'm getting like Labyrinth vibes on this one.
Oh, maybe. I don't know if he's if he's that specific person. Michael sweeps her onto the dance floor and they spin. Daphne begins to feel dizzy. She wonders if she's dreaming when Michael bears vampire fangs and bends toward her neck. Oh shit,
What?
guys, it's Diary with the Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire. Thank you, not Diary. Oh shit, because that's got freaking, what's it called?
It's in Louisiana too.
It's in Louisiana.
If this is a dream, I want to wake up.
Daphne moans. So, if Daphne manages to wake up, turn to page 36. 36. If Daphne doesn't snap out of it, turn to page 55.
Oh no, I kind of want to pick that one. What
Kill Daphne, kill Daphne.
do you guys think? Should we kill Daphne?
Let's see if we can get a bad end. Let's do it.
All right, she doesn't slap out of it.
Oh no.
Oh, this is going to be a sexy ending and you know it.
Or shamed again, like we always have been.
They won't let us have our vampire kink. God damn it.
Wait, it's
Or
at page 55,
Confederate
right?
vampire.
Confederate vampire.
That's how the South lost, They were vampires.
And they kept going out during the day. Ah, shit!
Union was like, "Hey, how about you come out about 5 minutes after sunrise?" Yes, wait. This isn't a trick just to kill us, is it? No, it's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Daphne, are you in here? We found a phone. Fred calls out as he and the rest of the Mystery Inc. gang come into the ballroom. They find her all right. She's lying on the floor unconscious. Daphne! Fred shouts and runs to her side. What happened? What's the matter? Why would Daphne decide to take a nap on the floor? Shaggy wants to know. Yes, that's a great question, you fucking stoner. I don't think she's doing this on purpose, Fred concludes. He pats Daphne's cheek to get her to wake up. She does not respond. Suddenly, Scooby's nose twitches. What's right, row? Scooby asks. His mouth begins to drool. It's delicious. It smells like strawberry shortcake, Shaggy replies. No, blueberry pie. No, apple pie. This is no time to be thinking about food. Fred scolds.
It's just Willy Wonka.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
True. Facts.
Daphne needs our help, but...
Wait, hold on. I want...
Oh.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, no. I was gonna ask, are the words written in Scooby?
Scooby speak.
Yes, it's
Scooby
speaking in Scooby's speech.
Oh my god.
I would
great.
not be saying it unless it was.
I was wondering if you were doing it yourself or it was written that way.
Fair question. Very fair question. Daphne needs our help, but it sure does smell good.
Daphne dies and they all eat the end.
They eat Daphne.
Oh my goodness. Daphne
What if they
needs
eat
help,
Daphne?
But that sure smells good. Let's go eat things instead of helping our unconscious friend. It's so terrible.
A moment later, the kids hear a waltz start to play. Men and women dressed in antebellum attire dance in graceful circles around the gang. Beautiful jewelry sparkles in the soft light of hundreds of candles. Velma, look out! You're a Southern Belle! Fred gasps. Why is he telling her to look out if she's a Southern Belle? You're going to become racist. Watch out!
Like, check.
Right?
Velma glances down at her outfit. It is transformed from her regular sweater, skirt, and knee socks to a gorgeous gown made of silk.
Don't tread on me. Look at yourself, Fred.
Velma giggles. Really, don't tread on me.
I was trying to not just see the South shall rise again. So.
That's fair. Fred is dressed in a tailored jacket waistcoat and high-waist trousers. His everyday ascot is now silk ruffles. I look pretty sharp too, if I do say so myself. Shaggy grins. He is dressed in formal wear like Fred. May I have a dance, mademoiselle? Fred asks as he bows to Velma.
Why, certainly, monsieur.
Velma replies as she curtsies. Fred and Velma join the other dancers in the waltz.
Daphne and all this.
She's dead.
She's just laying there.
She's still on the floor.
It's a John Deadcorn kind of scenario. She's just there.
Oh.
Dead.
Yeah, it's like no one cares. Shaggy watches them spin for a few moments, then decides he wants to dance too. Scooby, may I have this dance? Shaggy asks as he turns to his canine pal and looks deeply into his eyes. But Scooby is nowhere to be seen. Even though I said he stepped into his eyes. Okay, you know which part I added. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Shaggy asks.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Raggy, wake up!
Yeah, the dream couldn't figure out what kind of outfit he should wear.
It's like Glitch in the Dream. Scooby couldn't wear anything.
He could be dressed up as his southern cousin. There's a good reference.
If Scooby dressed as a southern aristocrat, would he dress like this or like this?
Oh God! Stupid pants me.
I'm glad.
Raggy, wake up! Scooby whimpers as he sits next to his unconscious friend. The Mystery Inc. gang is sprawled on the ballroom floor. Their eyes shift in REM sleep. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And they feel fine.
This one goes out to the one I love. I guess they lost their religion, and they're shiny, happy people. I'm just gonna keep making REM references until I can be stopped. Okay, I'll stop now.
One's grown.
Anyways, I ran out of them anyways. Scooby doesn't know what has happened. One minute, he and the gang smelled a delicious scent, and then the next, everyone fell down asleep like Daphne. Gosh, I don't know if it's the southern guy or someone else. Beat it, you meddling mutt, a harsh voice commands. Scooby looks toward the sound and sees a ghostly pale man who rushes across the ballroom, waving arms as thin as skeleton bones. It's a roast! Scooby gulps in terror. Turn to page 65. I like that this was supposed to be Daphne's part of the story, but it became Scooby-Doo's.
I mean, we killed her.
Just put her down.
Yeah, we did choose to kill Daphne. Whoops. Scooby stares at the creepy creature coming at him. Then he looks down at Shaggy and the gang lying on the floor. I'll protect you, Scooby promises his friends. A surge of courage flows through Scooby's body. He braces all four legs and lets out a brave bark. The ghoulish man stops dead in his tracks. Nice doggy, the man says with a smile. He takes a bone out of his pocket and waves it at Scooby. Scooby looks at the bone and then at the weird man. Scooby sits back on his haunches and puts his hands on his hips. Scooby sits back on his haunches and puts his hand on his hips. I don't know why I like that.
Just.
Are you kidding me? Scooby scoffs. How about a rake? How about this dog catcher's net? The man whips out a giant web snare on a pole?
What the fuck?
Ruh-roh.
Cartoony.
Scooby gulps. The man swings the net down toward Scooby, but Scooby's legs spin like propellers. He takes off like an airboat on a bayou. Not on the bayou, but on a bayou. Turn the page. Scooby is hung by his straps and is being skinned alive, while the rest of the gang slowly watch in despair. This man was hungry for dog, and he wanted to murder these four kids dead. Well, okay, I'll start reading because I need to stop this. Scooby escapes the madman's net and runs for his life. It's too bad that the ghoulish guy is supernaturally fast. He chases Scooby around the ballroom. Scooby knows it's up to him to save the gang, but he doesn't have a clue. I need to ran. What would Red do? R-R-E-D, red. Extra red. Scooby wonders.
Extra red.
He tries to think, but what makes him dizzy? Roque, Brand B, Reap running. Suddenly, Scooby runs smack into the ghostly guy. They tumble in a tangle down the length of the ballroom. Crash! They hit the far wall. Scooby sees stars. Then he smells strawberry shortcake. Rummy! Scooby sighs as the man squirts a small spray bottle at Scooby. But Scooby doesn't fall asleep like his human friends. Curses! The dog is immune to my formula. The man realizes, I'm not a rog. I'm Ruby Roo. Scooby declares as he snatches the spray bottle from the man and holds it in front of the guy's face. I'm doomed, the man moans.
Oh my god.
You're a hero, the Mystery Inc. kids proclaim. When they finally wake up and see what Scooby-Doo has accomplished, he sits on top of the ghoul who put them into dreamland. That canine is smarter than he looks, the man grumbles. He was smart enough to... Oh, wait. This is your line.
He was smart enough to stop you, Mr. Redmond LaFleur.
Velma announces.
I recognize you from your portrait in the foyer.
Foyer. You meddling kids, you've ruined my scheme, Redmond complains. I used my experimental dream formula on my cousins. I wanted the mansion for myself, but they wouldn't leave. Oh, where are they? Shaggy gulps. Everyone is upstairs asleep in their beds, Redmond reveals.
I hope they're dreaming about a waltz.
Daphne and Velma sigh. The end. That was like...
Just a man roofing a bunch of teenagers, basically.
Yeah, he's creepy though.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Mm-hmm.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
I just love...
Apparently it doesn't work on dogs.
I just love the unfolding. Just like, oh, I would have gotten away with it, and he immediately tells the plan. It's just like, they could have held up in court if he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be interesting.
I was about to say, he's in the South. He could have said, hey, they entered my house without, they broke and entered into my home. Mm-hmm. I was just defending myself, and this is all I had to defend myself.
Yeah.
He would have won the court case.
Yeah, but now...
My
they were let in.
Oh, that's right.
They
the
were let
thin
in.
man did let them in. Never mind.
The man did let them in.
What happened to the thin man?
He's
That's
just
the
down in
question.
his basement jerking off.
Da-na-na-na-na.
That's just what he's doing right now.
Da-na-na-na.
Pants him and he's...
I'm just gonna say, I'm sad. We didn't get to see this guy. Just Confederate Ghost.
Confederate Ghost.
What is with Scooby-Doo and Confederate Ghosts?
That is a reoccurring
He's
thing.
trying to fight racism.
Because
I mean, wasn't there
There's
Oh, go
3
ahead, Sam.
movies that Confederate
Yeah.
ghosts are featured in. aren't
Yeah.
there?
There's
How
the,
many? How much racism is there?
There's Scooby-Doo and the Boo Bunch.
The zombies.
Return to Zombie
Yeah.
Island. That
Yeah.
doesn't really have that has a Confederate zombie, not
No, there was a ghost that remember it.
no, that was the pirate.
Oh yeah, it was a pirate. It wasn't Confederate.
But there were Confederate
mhm.
zombies though in that one.
Zombies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Goodness.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So I
What a
guess
weird
that's the end.
theme.
What a weird game.
What a weird game.
Na 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 na.
Wow.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
What?
Na na na
There was no
na.
real
I
mystery.
need to know. There
No
wasn't.
murder
It
or
was
mystery.
legit. We're just making
Yeah.
decisions for them.
There were no suspects, I guess.
Kids
Yeah.
dick around in the mansion.
Yeah.
What it really was.
Yeah, and somehow solve a mystery in big old quotes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't disappointed. I mean, that's kind of how I figured a Choose Your Own Adventure Scooby-Doo book would have been, because like,
With a very thin
Yeah.
Choose Your Own Adventure Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
book.
because what's it
Yeah.
called? You can't you can't have that stereotypical Scooby-Doo formula of introduce these random characters, one of them's the villain, because that would take up way too much of the actual book.
Well, and to do things like in
True.
have like go back and forth and be one plot, you'd only get only a few good endings.
Yeah.
It's all right. Our next books club is going to be Ghost Hunters Adventure Club in the Mystery of the Grand Chateau.
See, all I can think of is like a Ghost Hunter club where they just sit there and do nothing, like the actual Ghost Hunter TV shows.
We
And then
should.
like they'll
though.
hear something move and then they'll go ah, ah, and then like throw something across the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been so funny if it hit Sam.
No, no.
You're defended. Actually,
Throw
I
something across the
My
room.
only
Ah!
thing is,
oh, go ahead, Noelle.
yeah, my only thing is, so the car was just having car troubles. There wasn't anything scientific
Yeah.
or spooky going on.
Pretty much.
Ah,
Yeah, all their phones are dead. It's just like, all right, what's the explanation? EMP?
All their phones were dead. There
I'm
wasn't
guessing-
empty.
My guess is, I've never been to the South myself, but I'm figuring maybe the Mystery Machine's not used to like that, like humidity.
Swamp ass.
Yeah, and the
Mhm.
swamp ass.
Swamp.
And like the Mystery Machine just failed under like the humidity or something. That's my
It could
guess.
have overheated.
Yeah.
Because if the car's, I was going to say, like if
Uh,
if they had it running for too long and it's already hot and humid,
Yeah.
it's easier for a car to overheat in hot weather than it is cold weather.
They've had that thing running for years.
Yeah. It's literally put together with sticks and stones
Yeah. And bubblegum.
and lots and lots of
Bubblegum.
Bazooka Joe bubblegum. All right, well, that's the episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, go ahead and follow us on the Speaking of Which podcast Facebook page or on the SOW_podcast on Twitter. And hey, make sure to check out our Patreon. Currently posting episodes early, literally every single week from the YouTube channel and on the podcast. About 2-3 days early, depends when I finish stuff because I have free time. It's fun. And make sure if you're listening to us on Spotify or any other place, make sure you're subscribing because it helps people be like, oh, hey, this has high subscribers. Maybe I should be listening. Kind of like the Funimation. You should be watching, right? That's Funimation. And if you like me, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Rupel. Sam.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Berserker Rose.
Louise.
You can find me at Forced Left Hander at YouTube. I also have a TikTok, so I'm posting little small things on there. That's been kind of fun.
I
I
thought
have free
TikTok
time
was getting
also.
taken down.
It's taken down. It's getting back up. Trump is buying it. I don't know what's happening, but I'm just doing it as long as I can.
America fucked up.
Yeah.
Can we find you anywhere, Noelia?
I'm kind of invisible, so.
Sounds good. Just making sure.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. I posted something on Instagram, so I have my drawings there if you want to look up May Myriads. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Voice of JRod. You can also go to my website, jrovo.com, and you can follow me on LinkedIn at jrovo.
yo, I know what song we need to end on. We should head on a Hex Girl song.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Give me some Hex Girls, please. I want to devour all of them at the same time.
I mean, Earth, Wind,
Fire and air.
we look bad, but we don't care.
We watched a lot of Hex Girl stuff.
We watched the majority of the Hex
As
Girl
you
stuff.
should.
I was about to say, because
The
they're
Hex
in like
Girls
they're in
are
one of the
good.
best movies, and they have like one of the better episodes of Mystery Incorporated. Their Guess Who Scooby-Doo episode wasn't very good, but it was nice to see them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's 100% fine. Give me all the Hex Girls.
But Scooby-Doo, them and Mystery Inc. though were just, oh my god.
Yeah, I was about to say, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated Hex Girls has probably the best design. I'm just gonna say
Because
it.
they're all like different goth girls. Like, the drummer's like techno goth. The guitarist is like kind of like new wave, or not.
She's like
guitarist, but-
Lolita.
No, that's
The-
lead. The
yeah,
lead
that's-
is like Lolita.
She's a guitarist though.
Yeah,
You're thinking of the
bass-
bassist and keyboardist. She's
Yeah.
dressed like new wave style.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Dusk or Luna?
There's no way. Is there
Because
Luna?
I'm in love with Sally.
Sally.
Thorn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Thorn.
I think it's Luna. It's the bassist. It's the one with the
black one.
The black one. Yeah. Yeah. let's-
Oh yeah, Luna. Luna could get it. Luna could get it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Enjoy some Hex Girls fun, guys.